रुकी रुकी थी जिंदगी, झट से चल पड़ी, हुई खुशी से दोस्ती, मजा ले ले हर घड़ी। Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel Manifest with Kavitha. I really can't believe we are almost towards the end of understanding how law of attraction works, and today we are about to understand how trust will work for us to manifest any and every desire that we have in life. But before we go into understanding how trust works in our favor, we need to understand the biggest problem behind not being able to trust. The biggest problem is fear. Fear on a physical level is what stops us from taking action. And on the energetic level, fear lies at the bottommost vibrational frequency. And both are not good for us to manifest our desires. If we were certain, like 100%, we had that belief in what we wanted to achieve, there would be a lot more action, and all those actions would lead us to getting the results. But we always lack in having that 100% belief. Though we say that we have 100% belief, but that's only on the conscious level. But back in the mind, in the subconscious level, 90% we are not sure, or we are uncertain whether we'll achieve what we really want to. And that's because we fear of the outcome, or we doubt our own potentials. Let me give you an example here. Let's say you have $1 billion idea, a business idea that you have in mind, and you're starting to look for investors. And the investor says, like, if you're so sure that your outcome is going to be there, if the money is out there and the business starts, it's going to give you $1 billion or $1 million profit in return, then why are you looking for an investor? So he'll be like, because I need the money. And the investor goes saying that if you really need the money and you know that the outcome is going to be there, why don't you take a loan? Why don't you mortgage your house? Why don't you sell your car? Or do something like that. And then when your business flourishes, you can get all of those back, and maybe even better than what you already were, the condition were you in. And at that moment, you start to realize you were really uncertain about your whole idea. When it is someone else's money or someone else's investment, it's easier for us to take the risk. But when it comes to believing in our own self, why do we doubt ourselves? Why do we become so uncertain? Why do we stop believing in ourselves? And that is fear that's stopping you from taking action. We can never be 100% certain or sure about every opportunity that we come across. There is always risk hidden behind. But if we don't take that risk, there is even more risk. The risk of the feeling that you'll have at the end of your life, that did I live my life truly? Or did I really achieve anything in life? So how can we build that trust so that we can take that action? Where does this trust come from? How does this trust come from? And how can we build that trust to flow with the universe to work its magic? The trust actually comes from two main places. The one is when you master the form and you flow with the formless. It's very easy for people to say, just flow in life and be yourself. But the problem is, we only flow with what we know. And what we know is fear. And when we know fear, we only attract more fear. And what we really want to attract is outside of our awareness. So how do we bring that into our life is the question here. If 2 years ago you would have asked me what my take was on self-love or law of attraction, I wouldn't have been able to tell you anything. Because how would I tell you something or share something which I don't know or which I'm not 100% sure about? And the reason why that I'm able to do it now is because I've mastered the form. I've understood what self-love really means and how I can flow with the formless and be able to achieve more of that love in my life. And it's not that I master the form in just one go. Like everything in life, you don't get what you preach, you get what you practice. And the way to build trust in any certain situation is to have failed or at least tried 1,000 times. And as you go along the process, that flow comes in. The only key thing here to understand and remember is that if you've never tried it before, it's really going to be uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable for me as well. But if you have to thread along this journey of personal growth, it lies outside your comfort zone. So once we accept that there is going to be some amount of discomfort, then you'll start to see the magic that is outside of your comfort zone. So where do we begin? Feel the fear and do it anyway. Because anything outside your comfort zone is going to make you fearful. But once you start doing it, keep doing it over and over again, the process of trust starts to begin and build, and you will see that it will become so easy for you that you will also master the form and start to flow with the formless. And to activate that process, the only thing that you need to do is just breathe. And secondly, the question really is, who and what are we not to trust? If we believe that there is an infinite power that is responsible for all the creation and that is already created everything around us, then who are you, me, or anyone to seek control in any of the situations? So what we really need to do is just let go of the control and trust. Trust in what, you may ask? That greater power that created you and me. You may call it God, you may call it the universe, you may call it the higher source. But you can't deny that there is a greater power that is controlling all our situations. We think we have the power to control everything in our life. But what we fail to understand is, no matter how safe we play the game, we won't know what lies in the next moment. We don't even know if we would exist in this physical world the next moment. How many times have you faced that situation where you've tried to play it safe, have control over the situation, but the outcome was always the opposite? In fact, this is the biggest problem most people face when it comes to law of attraction. It is not of not being able to manifest what you want in life, but is the problem that we are manifesting what we don't want in life. We know how fear works. When we know there is fear, we apply emotions to it, and that is why you manifest more of what you're fearful of. So what we only need to do now is just start building that trust in the opposite. Like if you fear something, just start building trust in the opposite feeling of it and see how that manifests in your life. And that opposite is nothing but what you actually want to manifest. So it's just the process of trusting what you really want and then just letting go, because the higher power, the universe, God, will manifest it for you, because you believe, you put in that emotion into what you actually want to achieve, and it will be at your doorstep. So this was my small take on how we can trust the higher self and our own self in every situation that we want to manifest in our life, and see how the game changes for us, because now we have put in that power of our feelings into trusting in getting what we want, in taking that risk and being out of the comfort zone. And with that, I'd like to end my video today. And you know what you need to do. Turn on the notification icon and wait until my next video drops in, and that will be the last video for the Law of Attraction series, and then we start going deeper into self-love. So until then, continue to inspire, be inspired, and get inspired along with me on this journey. Love you all. Love and light.